Hey, flooring pros, it's Jerry Levinson here, and got together with my friend David Requa to do this podcast for you. It's flooring business tips and tricks. We're going to go over a lot of the stuff that we see in the forum, as well as some of the latest business. Again, I'm into the business of flooring, not the installation, not the products. We want to talk about the business side of it. And what is that? That's the marketing and the selling. That's how you position your product. That's how you compete against other people. There's so much that goes into this business that makes it complicated, interesting, and fun. That's what we want to discuss, the things that are going to help you get to the next level, succeed, build your business so you can sell it, retire, work less, make more money, do all that stuff that a business owner should be able to do. It's a lot of struggle to get there. We want to walk you through that. But I'm Jerry Levinson. A lot of you guys know me from the Flooring Dealer Forum. And we started that 4 or 5 years ago. We got over 6,000 members. Also in the Flooring Installer Forum, Flooring Store Business Owner Forum. And that's been a lot of fun running that forum, as well as doing the master classes. And I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of you one-on-one for private coaching and consulting. So I'm having a ball doing something that I love doing. And it's teaching a lot of the stuff that we do here at Carpets of Arizona. So this isn't theory. This isn't coaching, consulting. That isn't real. You know, it's all real stuff that we do. And I'm passing that along to you. So David, you want to introduce yourself there?
Yeah, that's a great intro, Jerry. I appreciate you doing the show with us together here today. And I hope we can bring a lot of value to the audience. I mean, that's really the big point of emphasis here. I've got several years experience in the flooring business in a couple different capacities. Ran a retail flooring store up until December of this past year, doing multi-million dollars worth of flooring business. I now have another business that is in the stair accessory business. We are fabricating stair cabs for flooring dealers all over the country. And interestingly, I am now also doing marketing for flooring dealers all around the country. Digital marketing. So I work with companies from Myrtle Beach to Spokane, Washington, helping them generate more business through social media marketing. So it's been really rewarding and a fun experience. Love doing it. Love marketing. So happy to be able to focus on that as a career path. And I'm excited to get into this with Jerry. We're going to talk a lot about the flooring business, marketing, advertising, things to grow your business. Like the tips and tricks, as he mentioned, we came up with that idea is, we're trying to help everybody with the little things that go on in a business that you don't necessarily think about every day because you're in the business of trying to run your company and manage your people and deal with clients and all that stuff. And every now and again, it's nice to have another set of ears, eyes, and mouth show you a little bit of stuff about the business that you might not be thinking about in that particular day. So we're really excited, hoping to bring you guys some value. And Jerry, I'll let you kick off our topic for today.
One little point I want to get across. We're trying to do this in 17 minutes or less. So I'm timing this. So we want to give this to you quick. So not drone on for an hour or two, but give you really good tips, that good succinct advice. One note I want to make about David and his company. I found that really unique. This isn't to promote him, but to say, what's the best thing a supplier can do for you? Well, it would be to give you leads. So they created this unique program to not only supply you the materials, but help drive traffic to your showroom and your site to give you the leads to sell their product. It's kind of the thing I think, if I was a supplier, it's the kind of thing I would do. And it would be a very unique thing. Some of them do that with co-op advertising, but the marketing that comes from some of the big boys generally isn't very good. David's an expert in marketing, so he knows how to produce good marketing, good leads that result in business for you. So that's what's exciting about working with him, is knowing the value he can bring. But I got a masterclass coming up, and one of the most important things we talk about is mindset. That's what we're going to talk a little bit about today, is the mindset. There's a lot of people that reject the idea that they can make more money. They are in the industry, have been in their whole lives, maybe 20, 30 years. And that's really the tough part. When you've been in it your whole life and you start thinking everybody knows what you know, and you start thinking everybody knows your prices. They know the prices of your competitor. And that's just not true. But the mindset of somebody that's been in it a long time, you start to tell customers what should be important to them instead of listening to them and figuring out what is important to them. So everything that we talk about, from raising your prices to marketing to sales presentations, everything that you have to do to be successful in your business has less to do with the product and more to do with the customer. And I've always been fascinated by this business because it's a very product-focused business instead of a customer-focused business. There's a saying that I learned from Dan Kennedy, who's, have you heard of Dan Kennedy before, David?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he is to marketing and business what Tony Robbins is to self-improvement. Okay, that's where I got a lot of my information, advice. Also, Chet Holmes was another business guru who was fantastic. Unfortunately, he passed away. But they talk about, you are really in the marketing business. We are all in the business of attracting customers. There's a lot of you who are better flooring people. You're more knowledgeable. You're better at installing. You might be less expensive. None of that matters unless you can attract a customer. So the marketing is really one of the most important, if not the most important thing in growing and being successful in the flooring business. Any business, really, but we're talking about flooring here. Would you agree with that, David?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think mindset, everything comes back to mindset. Not everybody has the same mindset or the same ambitions with their business. And I think it's really important to frame the conversation in terms of what is going to be important to that particular business owner. And I think in order for them to get the most value out of their business, understanding what they want out of the business is super important. I talk to business owners who want to grow a multi-state business and have multiple locations and multiple $1 million and be a big business. And I also talk to flooring dealers who are happy to run one appointment a day by themselves. They're going to close a couple here and there. They got one crew. They're going to stay, busy enough to keep the doors open, make a living, pay their bills, and that's their goal. So, we're going to try to give tips and tricks for all of those people, but realizing importantly that everybody's a little bit different and everyone's going to have a different mindset. And if when we get to the part where we're going to, have some people in and have contributors and answer questions about a particular business, I think it's important for everyone to understand that, everything should be framed around what your ambitions and goals are. And I think the mindset of your goals should map your actions and what you need to do to achieve those goals. And I think that's a really important point to make.
Well, a lot of it has to do with confidence too. I think it's funny. I wrote down some stats here. Look, a lot of us that are starting in business, maybe you're in the first 5 years, you're struggling. Cash flow is tough. It's hard to find employees. There's all sorts of struggles and things that we go through as business owners. And you look at a guy like Jason Goldberg and he's running $100 million company. And why does it come so easy to him? And boy, that guy's got the golden touch. Hey, I hate to break it to you guys, but he had sleepless nights. He struggled.
He probably still does.
He didn't know. Yeah. And no, I mean, he's doing fantastic. I mean, he doesn't have to be there. He's got a business that runs without him. And he's constantly doing things to help the industry out. But it didn't come without sacrifice and struggle. But a lot of people have to realize that, we all go through this. Here's a few people. Ray Kroc was in his late 50s before seeing the vision through about McDonald's. Struggled like hell. The Colonel tried to commit suicide before creating Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? I love this one. Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 12 times. Can you imagine if Walt Disney had given up in the face of adversity? Can you imagine that we would not have a Disneyland or Disney World? I know a lot of people complained about Trump had filed bankruptcy several times, or business failures or things that happen with him. Can you imagine if he had given up? rather than going forward and building Trump Tower and doing the stuff he did. Walt Disney, just amazing to think the struggles, the sleepless nights. He's got his brother over in his ear telling him, we can't do this. We can't afford this. This isn't going to work. And, he persevered. He stuck with it. I mean, talk about a mindset. So I think if you're beating yourself up at all because you're having a hard time and it feels like you can't get this figured out, there's an answer to everything. David and I were talking about this before. I'm in my office now and I have our conference room. I've got whiteboards everywhere. And I often say this: problems are opportunities. Put that on the whiteboard and figure it out. It never fails at every master class or every time I'm coaching somebody, they say, this always happens. I hate it when customers call and say, what do you guys charge? I just did a video on that today. What do you guys charge for carpet? They ask a random question and people say, God, I hate it when customers do that. Instead of thinking it through and wondering, I wonder how I should answer that. What's the right way to answer that? If it's happening all the time, then create the right way to answer it. You run across problems with floor prep where you have problems with, you need additional floor repair and you always get jammed up because the customer doesn't want to pay anymore. If that happens often, you're in an area, then figure that out. There's a system and a way to handle every problem. And those things turn into opportunities where you become so much of a better flooring dealer that customers are going to use you because you have the answer to the problem. We constantly got the question, are your flooring installers, are they subcontractors or do they work for you? And it's kind of funny. We didn't come up with an answer for a long time. We finally came up with the installation incentive program and we deliver that as part of our sales pitch. Oh my God, it's changed everything. I mean, we close so many more jobs for a higher dollar amount.
Yeah, we got that question all the time. And I still see that when I'm marketing on behalf of our clients on the digital side. We are actively having conversations with potential buyers and they ask all kinds of questions from us. And that is one of the questions. Are your installers employees or are they subcontractors? And, each of my clients has a different answer. So I'm seeing the reactions from the potential clients when that question's asked, and I have to go back and give the answer that is best representative of what the client is doing. And I love the idea of turning that from what could be perceived as a negative if you're subcontracting, which I'd say 90% or more of us are. So when we're how do you handle that and still keep the client interested in your product or service? I love the idea of the dealer incentive program. You have basically a counter to that objection right off the bat that not only counters the objection, but then turns it into a positive to help close a sale. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, processes. One of my advantages is when I started this business, I had no experience in flooring. So I didn't listen to industry experts and industry norms. One of the industry norms is they think how a carpet cleans is the most important thing. And so I just listen to customers as they come in, listen to them interact with salesperson. Never heard a customer ask how well the carpet cleans. It's a byproduct of something that they already like. Oh, by the way, this cleans very well, or you'll be able to take care of this, but that, over color and style, feel, those are the most important things. How's it look? Even what's it cost? That's more important than how well does it clean? Because if somebody's obsessed about a carpet staying clean, they're going to go to a hard surface. They're probably not going to go to a carpet. So, but all the manufacturers, I've criticized Mohawk to death about this. They're probably tired of me hearing it, of saying it, because I do it at the Mohawk conventions. I do it in very classy form, but they have a beautiful display. They really have some nice looking colors, great fashion, and all their displays is about durability and cleanliness, how well the product holds up and how well it cleans. I'm like, do you guys realize we're selling to women between the age of 50 and 65, not truck drivers, you know, but all of their products are geared towards truck drivers. They talk about the durability of the product. You know, all these guys will talk about their core of the product. Who gives a damn about your core? You know, is it going to hold up well? And is it going to look great? Is it easy to clean? You know, you can tell customers about these things without getting into the science of how it's made. It's one of the reasons we don't do PK sessions here, is I don't want my salespeople, to talk about the science about why a fiber doesn't get dirty, or, you know, the warranty and the fact that it doesn't get dirty, and maybe the testimonials from carpet cleaners, things like that, are more valid than the science as to the reason why. You don't need to give a customer an explanation. When you're going out and buying a car that gets 45 miles to the gallon, do you ask them why? You know,
absolutely not. Yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh, wow, this gets 45 miles to the gallon. This is great. I'll save a lot of money on gas. Not, oh, really? How's the engine made? What do they do? How do they build that thing?
Right, exactly.
You know,
right.
Why am I getting 45 miles a gallon? You don't care.
No.
So it's one of the things we take them out. And when you are doing that too, as a professional, when you are telling the customer, you stop listening. So, you know, the question, what do you guys charge? Goes right into, tell me about your project. What are you working on? You know, I'm listening to them. I'm understanding. How soon would you like to get this done? What kind of action do you have going on in the house? Are you selling the house?
Yeah, you just hit on an important point. I don't think you were doing it on purpose, but during a sales call, leading with questions is so vital. And you just made the point there. A good salesperson doesn't talk a lot. A good salesperson listens a lot. I just got off the phone with a guy who was trying to sell me something, and in doing so proceeded to ramble on without taking a breath for approximately 30 minutes without ever asking a single question about my business needs, where I'm at with the business, how he could tailor his program to fit my business.
Right.
It's great to hear yourself talk and think you did a good job. It's better to listen to your client, what they need, tailor your response to what it is that they're going to need, and make a sale.
Yeah.
I'd rather make a sale than sound fancy.
No, well, our 17 minutes are up. It does go fast, but that's the point. We want to make this fast so you get some good tips and you're ready to go out there and take on the world. But we're going to do this every week, David and I are, and continue to bring you good tips and tricks. Pay attention in the forum, and we'll answer your questions in there. If you guys have any questions, send them to us. You send us a private message and let us know what topic you'd like to hear about. Other than that, we're going to hit you right between the eyes with good stuff that you can use in your business, things you can implement right away. And that's the important thing, you know, so that you can make changes right away and grow your flooring business. I want you guys to have a good business that you can sell someday and make a lot of profit and retire, build something that you're proud of.
Yeah, that's really important. We're paying attention in the forum. And if you guys are watching this and you leave comments, let us know what you're interested in covering. What's a problem in the business that is really getting you stuck and you want to try to work through it? And, you know, we'll try to address that in one of our upcoming episodes. We really, really want to bring value to you guys. So finding out what's important to you and responding to that in a positive way that can help your business is what we're trying to do here.
All right. Sounds good, David. Well, I will see you next week then.
Sounds great. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye now.
Thanks, Jerry. Bye-bye.